What's up, guys? Got a jam-packed episode for you today. A little draft announcement, and how about this big surprise that I've been hinting at for a while? We'll get into it, poke some fun at some people, as we always do, and special thanks to Tay for making the podcast a day late. But here we are. Let's get into it.
Welcome to the Bands Make Her Dance Fantasy Football League Podcast with your hosts, Taylor LaPrairie and Joe LaFever.
What's up, guys? Welcome in to the official league podcast, Season 2, fully in the swing of things with your hosts, Taylor LaPrairie and Joe LaFever. I'd say a date, but I'm not sure if this is going to be out on the 30th or August 1st. So I'll just leave it at that.
Oh, so you blame me for the recording one day late, but now you might end up even submitting this 3 days late.
Well, Taylor, you put me in a really sticky situation here. I'm just trying to do my job, and you make it hard for me.
What is your job right now? I can see that you're not in your normal Kansas City apartment.
Yes, I am in beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico. I am out here for the summer playing with the Santa Fe Opera. So I am currently staring at the mountains in my bedroom window here. Beautiful place. It's, a lot of people say, oh, it's the desert, it's so hot. But I kid you not, man. Really not that hot. And it gets down to like 55 at night. So much better than Kansas City in the summer.
Yeah, how high are the highs there?
I think we just touched like the low 90s. But there's no humidity. That's the thing that is the saving grace,
Yep, got that dry heat.
So, yeah, gotta love the dry heat. You are looking quite tan yourself, my friend.
Yes, no, I've been outside a lot over the last 3 weeks, and I've been down in Austin for about a week now, and it is very, very hot. Not looking forward. We have band camp starting on Monday, so I'm going to be fried to a crisp, I'm sure.
Send pics
Will
of Taylor with a beet red face.
It's going to happen.
I would love to see that. All right. Anything else fun over the summer that you've done that you're doing?
My brother got married. That was awesome.
Here we go.
Yeah. My brother got married in June. Yeah, June. Look at me. I barely remember. But yeah, he got married in June. That was really cool.
Nice.
And I went to Crown for 2 weeks. That was really fun. Outside of that, not much. I'm not over here being a professional musician, getting paid to vacation. That's crazy.
Well, I was going to say, because I only work one night a week from here on out to the end of August, so I am just mostly hanging. It's the dream. Yeah. Well, we've got a lot of stuff to get into today. Some fun, exciting things. A draft announcement, finally. The draft has officially been scheduled, has been set, will be hosted. We'll get into that a little bit. And then I've got a big surprise, which if you are, I guess looking at the title of this episode or have already checked out Facebook, you know what it is, but we'll drop that a little bit later in the episode.
You're such a tease, Joe. Such a tease.
Well,
man.
And here's the thing, because Pooj and Evan were just, I will say this. Poojan was very anxious about this episode, as was Evan. And, I said, well, maybe I'll just delay it, just make you guys wait a little bit longer. And then unintentionally, it actually happened. So Pooj and Evan, throw your ats at Taylor because it's all his fault. I do have a little bit of exciting news before we get into all that stuff. So I found out about a couple months ago that the Kansas City Symphony will be playing the national anthem at the very first Chiefs game against the Browns in Kansas City. So I'm super stoked for that. Get to be on field playing the national anthem. So we'll see if, I don't know, it's a day game. It's not a very important, Sunday night football, Monday night football game. So I don't think we'll be on the air. But we are all quite excited to,
That sounds really, really awesome. Do you get any tickets along with
we're working
performing
on it because it's tough right now. Because obviously it's going to be sold out. It's full capacity again. Well, that's if, the Delta variant has anything to say about it, but it's supposed to be full capacity and it's the first game of the year, so it's going to be sold out. I think they're working on at least getting us, somewhere to watch the rest of the game, which would be pretty awesome.
That would be awesome if you guys created like a pep band kind of a thing. I'd love to see the cellos, doing hockey cheer or whatever.
Oh my gosh. I'll work on it. All right. Well, let's, without further ado, let's jump in to the 2021 draft announcement.
So you wanna go to war with me? Coming for the throne. Coming for the throne.
Yes, that's right. The league draft is coming to Traverse City, Michigan, September 5th, 1 p.m. Eastern. You just saw the trailer for the draft on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, or Google, you can go check out the trailer on YouTube, the Official League Podcast channel. But yes, Thomas Vieira will be hosting our Fantasy Football League draft. He's quite excited. He just closed on a new house. If you haven't seen the pictures, Thomas, you should send some pictures to the group. He's got a pool, which is dope.
That's huge. That's huge for us.
Huge for the hang. A big fan of that. And he has also graciously offered, because Traverse City can be a drive for some of us, that you can stay overnight, of course, with at the house. So feel free to come in for draft day, hang out, have probably a few too many drinks, and then spend the night in TC again. September 5th,
I thought you were going to say that.
I thought
you were going to say he was like providing shuttle service because it's so far away.
Well,
I was like,
all
right.
I did ask him for a little per diem. Just to,
I would do a party bus. I totally would do that.
Are you one of those
great.
guys that would love to do one of those cycling bar things like that you see in the? Are you into that?
I had a couple of friends who did some bachelor parties, and I think 3 of them said that they did that, and they all said it was like a blast. They said it's like a misnomer that you actually have to pedal to go, but I think it'd be fun.
Do you think it's just like one person that makes the whole thing go? Is that why they say that? Is because they were slacking off and there was one guy in the back just huffing and puffing the whole time?
Yeah, the groom.
Is that?
Yeah, the groom just working his tail off.
Yeah, whoever. All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do next year. We're gonna rent one of these for the draft, and whoever's the sacco has to pedal the whole bike or the whole thing, the whole way through.
That would be great. And we can pour beer on them as well.
Yes,
that would be good.
And all of the things that come with being with the sacco.
Do you have any preseason picks for the sacco? I'm very curious.
No, because I
you don't want to jinx it.
I just don't want to jinx it because I know
right.
It's so many things could go wrong, and who knows? Maybe I'll be the sacco this year. Hope not, but I don't know. Tay,
we'll see.
What do you think? Do you have any picks?
I don't, but I would love to hear everybody else's. So please send in the group chat who you think is going to win the sacco this year.
Drop a comment about your or text the group about who's sacco this year. I will say, I think Kelsey is on a revenge tour more so than Derek. At least,
yes.
Here's the thing. I think they're both on a revenge tour. I think we're all aware of Derek's revenge tour. I think Kelsey is waiting in the shadows, and we haven't heard anything for a while, but secretly he's just waiting to attack.
He's going to be like the Tennessee Titans from 2 years ago,
yes.
where all of a sudden they blow through the Ravens and just beat up on everybody else until they got to the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so anyways, league draft in Traverse City, Sunday, September 5th at 1 p.m. Eastern. If you can't join us, no problem. In fact, I haven't talked to you about this. I don't know if I'm going to be there. I'm sure you don't know if you're going to be there. It's just such a hard, it's far away. And it turns out I have to start teaching mid-August, which I was not aware of.
Okay, Professor.
Yes, Mr.
It just
Dr.
would be
Professor.
nice. It would be nice if you did something for this league. Like
Yes.
if you committed just even a little bit of your time.
I know.
That'd be awesome.
I'm really slacking here. But yeah. So anyway, any other logistical questions, things in terms of the hang, refer to Thomas. He's going to know what to bring, what to not bring. I don't know. All that grand old stuff. I'll have the details about links and stuff. We're probably going to start the draft at 1:30, like actually drafting at 1:30. But, you know, we all have the pomp and circumstance starting at 1. So that'll be fun. Anything else about the draft today?
I got nothing.
Wow, the first time you've had nothing. All right, let's jump into this next
Wow,
little segment
okay.
here.
News from around the league.
Oh, the big surprise. We have been waiting so long for it, and in reality, it's only been a week, but I've been waiting so long to release this to everybody.
When did you, I know what it is, but when did you start working on this surprise? How deep does this go?
You know, I did not look back. I don't know. Well, I'll throughout while we're talking here, I'll look back and see. I think it was at least like, oh wait, no, I do know when it was. It was March. Yeah. It was
Okay, so this was like a
sometime in
COVID
March.
baby kind of a thing?
No, not yeah. I kind of back end of COVID. This was definitely a March project because I did drop a hint to Pujan end of March that the league database was going away forever.
Ooh.
I know. And anyway, here it is. So the league database has gone away forever and has been replaced by League Database 2.0. Yes. Okay. So it's not really gone forever. We now have, I'm proud to present the official league website for the Bands Make Her Dance Fantasy Football League. Yes, we now have a fully blown website, BMH.
Oh, fully blown.
Yeah, it's great. BMHDleague.wixsite.com/BMHD. It's still a free version. That's why we don't have our own handle.
Yeah, it's a mouthful, folks.
It's
full blown
yeah,
and
just
a mouthful.
Look for the link, not the words of the link, because it's a mouthhole.
Dude, you're killing it right now.
Oh my! All right. But yes, so the official league website, home to the updated league database 2.0. This is a major upgrade. And I don't know if we've talked about this, you and I, before. Just about and I guess I'll reveal the numbers later. But the cool thing about this, you know, I used to have to go in, and you remember last year, whenever we recorded a pod, you would read off the scores for me to put into the league database because, like, I had to put them in twice, and I had to put them in on everyone's page. And I don't know if you remember that.
It was a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of work. So anyway,
Hours of prep time. Yeah. No, it's
just
crazy.
just hours of just slugging away at it. But now, this basically all I have to do is type in the scores once, and every single stat on the website that you'll see will automatically update, auto-populate. Everything from individual team stats to league stats to the East-West Bowl, literally everything.
Yeah, when Joe sent me the link for this and kind of ruined the surprise for me early, I like looked at it and I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. But then I actually started clicking through. This is awesome. Everybody, we've got a league database 2.0 that does have all of the stats, and basically every stat that you could ever want to see. And you're able to go back and check out the history of the league. You're able to search by player, by team. You're going to be able to look at the current season. You're going to have our draft board up there for you to find schedule, standings, the East-West Bowl, playoff, everything is on this website. It is really, really cool. And we have like a personalized account. Which I initially was like, oh, this is kind of cool. And then I started looking and I was like, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool because the last league database, I think I threw out the 2017 scores because I couldn't find them. And it was like before, we were a 10-team league and we had some different members and not everyone was here. Well, I was able to go back and find those numbers. So those are thrown back into the mix here. Obviously, those, yourself, Thomas, and Marshall, who joined a year later, your stats are completely up to date from the 10-team league and everything. But yeah, so team databases, I think the coolest thing I like about the team database is there's a versus section where you can look down to see, your head-to-head record versus a specific player in our league, which is kind of fun to go back and see, the different records, like, me versus you, or you versus, Thomas or whatever. Kind of fun. East-West Bowl, we're keeping track now. It's a thing. Playoff projections, those will be available week, what did I say, 10 or 11 this year because of the 17-game season. But they'll be on there when those come around. Rule proposals, off-season report, everything, all that's going to be done through the website now. It's so much easier to do that stuff. And you're welcome to, go to the rule proposal page and submit rules throughout the entire season. So if you think of something and you don't want to, I don't know if you do this. I've done this a couple times. I'll think of something in week 6 and I'm like, oh, that would be a good thing to put forward for the league next year. And then I forget about it.
So we have a suggestion box.
Basically, a suggestion box for both the rules and for the site too. You can, if you go to the contact section, feel free to drop a message about what we should add. I will say there's new stats will probably going to be added throughout the time. In fact, Taylor, you don't know this, but you inspired me to make a new metric that we'll be using this year. It's not done yet, but as soon as it comes live.
Another a tease within a tease.
A tease
Joe.
within a tease here. I'm really just pulling all the stops out.
From your mouth hole to mine. That's crazy.
It's just crazy, man. Power rankings will be on there. Cool new trend graph with the power rankings. Rules. I think that's pretty
it's got
much
everything.
It.
It's got everything.
I should say
folks.
the members area though. This is the part. This is kind of why we have a members area. There's not really anything you need a members area for except for this. So I know we have a lot of listeners to the podcast that are not in our league and are perhaps students of our fellow league mates that are teachers. So fortunately, everything, because we do have a couple team names that are a little bit more explicit. So every single page that has some strong language has been member protected. So you have to sign up for a membership to get access to those pages. Membership's free. Just type in your email. Make sure when you get your profile set up to make it public, just so everyone else can see the members on the member page. Really doesn't do anything because, like I said, this is just basically to let those who need to see the data, and everyone else can see the other pages. And one last thing on this before we move forward to some fun with the league website, Pigskin Pick'em. We're going to do a big pool. There's a league pool already set up, actually. They just opened it yesterday for our pool or our league. Links on the website. You can sign up. Basically, you're picking NFL lines against the spread every week, which is super fun. And I wanted to open this up to everybody. So not just our league mates, but your students, everyone's students, anyone who wants to play. Feel free to join. There's links on the website to get to the pool. It's called BMHD League Pool, and the password is Fantasy Fanatic 72 with capital Fs on both Fantasy and Fanatic.
Why the 72, may I ask?
I was just looking for a random number.
Okay.
There's no rhyme or reason between that 70. Does it mean something to you? 72?
Well, no, but I'm just wondering why it needed to be like 14 characters. I just am really bad with passwords, that's all. I'm sorry.
Wait, what do you mean? The password had to be 14 characters?
Yeah, it's like fantasy. Why couldn't it just be like,
Well, we have sensitive information about our picks, so we're trying to keep this top secret as much as possible.
Like Pooj sucks, SUX. Like six characters, very accurate, not going to forget about it.
Well, I didn't want to do, that's true. We would never forget about that. Yeah,
missed opportunity, but we'll survive.
I can always change the password, I guess. So feel free to join the league pool. It's going to be fun. We did it on the pod last year, but now this is completely, animated and everything's going to work smoothly. I don't have to go in there and do things myself. Again, trying to make less work for myself. So like I mentioned earlier, the database runs itself basically. I have to do a couple things each season, but that's it. You're a fan of this. built out to the 2080 season. So,
You know we're gonna be playing still.
guys, when we are on our deathbeds,
How many Sackos will Kelsey have by the
oh,
time
you are terrible.
by the time we hit 2080? Over or under 40?
Oh my gosh, 40?
No, over under 26.
26. Okay, you realize it's 2021, so we have 59 seasons left. That's
Yes.
so many.
I'm calling my shot.
I'm taking the under on that.
Okay. All right. We'll see. All right. I got some stats for us. So, like Joe was saying, there's so many really cool stats. I spent about half hour when I first saw this. So, trivia for you, Joe.
Oh gosh.
Who has the highest score ever, and what was that score in a single game?
Are you doing this simply because it came against me?
I
that
was not
why?
aware of that. I was not aware
This
of that.
happened
fact,
last
but
year. Yeah, Pooch scored like 219.3 or something against me.
That is exactly the
Are
number.
you serious?
Wow. That you have been burned so deeply. You can tell the
It's
trauma is
scarred-
still very
it's
live.
Scarred in my brain.
Yes, that's correct. 219.3 Pujan, highest score ever. I was not able to look this up. This is not in the database easily accessible, but is the lowest score also Pujan?
I believe it is. I think we looked back at it last year because we were trying to figure that out. Maybe I'll add that in the next couple weeks, lowest score. I figured I'd just do like the crowning stats in the database. Like we didn't need the basement stats, but maybe some of those will be added. I think it is Pooch though, somewhere in the 50s.
Well, if I have most of the bottom feeding stats, then let's keep them out. All right, next one. Most points for all time. This person has the most amount of points. And then also feel free to guess the number.
I don't know the number. I believe it's me by just under 1,000. Evan's second.
Evan is second, according to what I have written down. 7,362.9. There's a lot of points. All right.
Wait,
now
who was first? Was it?
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, okay.
It's you. You just wanted to hear it again, didn't you?
Yeah, a
Wow.
little bit. Yeah.
All right. Least points ever. And with this, keep in mind that we had some late additions to the league. All right. So least points ever.
Well, are we throwing Harry out of it?
Yes, Harry's not in it.
All right. So I don't believe that it's you or Thomas. I think Marshall is in the running here with Kelsey. I think it's Marshall though.
It is Marshall.
It is Marshall.
4,510.3. All right. Highest average per game.
That's me again. I know that.
Okay. That is correct. What's your guess? What's your average?
134 or something.
135.69.
Oh, nice.
Got to get the 6.9 in there.
Very nice.
All right. And then also you were 6 points average above, and who's got second place? Who do you think?
Evan had that one season where he went on a tear.
Yeah, that was my first year. He was
I remember
unbelievable
that
that year.
12-1. That was incredible.
Did he have Saquon that year? Is
Yeah, that was
what led to
that was
Yeah.
Saquon's year. I feel like it could be. Oh, it really could be anyone. It could be you. I'm gonna whittle it down here. I think it's either you, Pooj.
It's not me. Not me.
Okay, I think Pooj is in the running. I think Evan's in the running here. Kevin could make a case for it, but I don't know. I think Derek, if we threw out the couple first years, then yes. I'm gonna say
Okay.
it's.
Do you just want to list everybody off, or?
Oh yeah, just I'm trying to give everybody love. Thomas, I forget about Thomas. I'm gonna go with Pooj.
Okay. Final answer is Pooj. Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying I was right. Yes, that's my final answer.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Incorrect. It is.
Is it Evan?
No, it's actually Thomas.
Is it Thomas? Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
Yeah, Thomas. Very good. All right. Lowest average per game.
Gosh. I think that's probably Kelsey.
Kelsey is correct. 107.
Yeah.
107. 1 point above Harry, but yeah. All right, that's all I got.
Nice.
Continue to look up stats.
Yes.
On the website. It's very fun.
It's pretty fun. You can kind of go in. One more stat I wanted to drop, and I know, and Derek, I'm not bringing this up to slight you at all. I'm just bringing it up because
yes, you are. Just be you're dirt. You like to play dirty. It's
I
fine.
think
Just
I think
own
it's
it.
funny, but I will be first on the record to say that this is the year it ends. I am 7-0 against Derek. I've never lost to Derek, and it's the highest number of wins going undefeated against him. I think some other people have like 4-0 and 3-0, but I have not lost to Derek. I'm just calling it now that he's going to beat me this year. I think we play like 2 times.
I know,
but
you're giving him like the little brother comment right now.
No.
That's what's going on. He's about to go off on you and win like 11 of 13.
Oh gosh, yeah. So the website's pretty fun. There's another couple by the numbers things. So one score input. That means me putting in one person's score. The sheet goes through about 80 plus calculations automatically. In playoff times, it's 35 plus. Or 35 in addition to those 80 calculations off of one score input. So all in all, there's about 135,000 equations plus in the sheet, and that means about 135,000 plus calculations over the course of calendar year.
Math.
Oh, it's all about that math, baby. So yes, check it out. Drop me some suggestions, things you want to see, metrics you want to see. If you want your team database colors changed, again, let me know. Basically, they're based off of either your favorite NFL team or a player that you had in the past. Those colors have been there for like 3 years now. But yeah, I think you're the Vikes. You're probably pretty happy with that. Too.
I think although I will say there's a name change coming up very soon and a color change.
You teased it to me. I'm ready for it. All right, let's jump into a last segment here. Some all-encompassing power rankings.
Power rankings. Hooah.
All right. Well, we've got all the stats. We've gone through some of the fun stats. We're going to do our all-time power rankings from the beginning of time until now. So this is going to be super fun. I think
some of you might, power rankings, obviously very subjective. Some people are going to put more weight to championships, some people more weight to stats. Who's the GOAT? Is it LeBron because he'll have all the stat trophies, or is it Michael? So I'm going to be sharing with us now. This is all-time record, i.e. like winning percentage. Okay, so this is ranked by winning percentage in our league, all-time record. In the number one spot, actually, am I going to go 10 to 1 or 1 to 10?
You got to go 11 to 1.
11. Okay, well, 11.
We're adding our good old friend back in.
All right, number 11, we've got Harry. Now, Harry actually does not have the worst winning percentage of all time, but we are going to put him in our true last place because he's not a part of the league anymore. At number 10, we have Kelsey Ordway. Kelsey with an all-time record of 21 and 44. He is the Matt Stafford as well of our league. He has never won a playoff game. He is currently 0 and 3.
Oh, that's terrible.
In the playoffs. Yes.
Well, so, I'm going to put my 2 cents in here. Just like Matthew Stafford will end the curse this year, I think Kelsey will end the curse this year.
We shall see. All right. Coming in at number 9, we have Marshall. This one surprised me. Marshall currently record of 21 and 27, but small note here, 4 and 2 in the playoffs. So he knows how to turn it on. What would Marshall's comp be? Somebody who not a great regular season, but then turns it on in the playoffs.
You know who he is? Oral Roberts from this past year.
Love it. I was thinking like LeBron's Cavs when they were like the 3 seed, but then they could turn it on in the playoffs. Cavs 2.0, not 1.0.
I like it.
So, all right, number 8, we've got Kevin. Overall record of 29 and 36. Very good for Kevin. But he does have a league championship. So yes, he is 8th with all-time record, but we'll see when we have Joe's power rankings. That'll change a bit, I'm sure. Coming in at number 7, this one also surprised me. Derek, 30 and 34. Overall losing record. And if we were to take Joe out of the league, I'm sure that he would have a winning record with that 0-7 losing streak against Joe. It's tough. All right, coming in at number 30, coming in at 6th.
30?
Not 30.
Wow.
We have Mr. Average himself. It is Tim Wright, 32 and 32. He is 500 winning percentage all time. He had I forget, the first year, I think it was like an average year. Then the next year, second year, he obviously went in the Super Bowl. and then we have the Cowboys that suck year. He ends up average
Well, I think
32.
it was his third year he was in the championship game. First
Yes.
year he made it to like third place. Or no, maybe
wow.
it was fourth place or something.
In
some
2017?
He's had some good runs. It was last year that was kind of the anomaly.
Okay, yeah. Coming in at fifth, exactly halfway, is myself, 24-23. I am one win above 500.
Yes, baby.
I saw that, and then I immediately called Joe, and I'm like, I am Kirk Cousins. just barely above average, just barely.
Gosh.
Coming in at number 24, and this really pissed me off. One win ahead of me is Thomas.
Half game up on you.
25-23. But major props to Thomas. He along with one other player in our league has never been in the consolation bracket. So that'll play well for him, I'm sure, when it comes to Joe's power rankings. And then there's like a huge tier break right here. Coming in at 3 with a record of 36-28 all time, it is Pujan. And his playoff record, folks, any guesses? 6-1.
Makes me so mad.
Yeah, Pujan, he's crushing it. Absolutely crushing it, especially at the end of the season. And then coming in at number 2, such a close race between 1 and 2 with a record of 40-24. It is Evan. One win behind Joe. Joe is sitting atop our board, 41-23. But I want to praise him. He also has never been in the consolation bracket along with Thomas. But his playoff record, folks, 5-5. That's some Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but
not great in the limelight.
10 games in the playoffs. I mean, LeBron's
it is
in the
great.
finals every year. He doesn't win every year, right? Come on.
Well, he's not. In my opinion, he's not going to be the GOAT either. So,
wow,
all right.
I can already
Over to
hear
you,
the comments.
Joe. Over to you, Joe.
Well, I will say those last 3 games last year where I went 0-3 against Evan really did not help my case there. I've got power rankings here, and I want you to chime in too because I think we have some differences. So 11, of course, I've got Harry one season, and what was he? 6-7 or something? I don't know.
6-11.
6-11. Oh, my bad. Yeah, so rough season. I got Kelsey coming in at number 10. He's got 1 sacco. Had that rough playoff experience. I think he'll turn it around though. I've also got Marshall in 9th. Again, another sacco guy. But I think actually 9 and 8 because I've got Derek at 8 because he's got a sacco too. But it's hard to. Those 2 guys are pretty close, and both of them, I will say, have Derek, for this ranking, I basically have to throw out last year, right? Because, last year was amazing for you, so it's hard. But ultimately, the deciding factor was the Sacco in the rankings, right? Do you agree with those 4 that I've rattled off, or no?
I think Marshall having the lowest points, I think, will be the thing that dings him for me, is why I agree with you. But I just think that Marshall is one draft away from getting another defense, and then he's going to end up being like number 4 in our overall power rankings. He's just one defense away, folks.
Yeah, the defense whisperer himself. That was tough. I got Tim coming in at number 7. Tim's had some, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, because Tim's had some playoff success. In fact, has made it a little bit farther than the player ranked 6th, which is you, Taylor. So I'm thinking I might have to flip-flop those and make you 7 and Tim 6. Again, Tim made it to a Super Bowl, but it was tough for him. He had kind of a basement year this year where he was fighting off the Sacco the whole season. But that was you 3 years ago, too. So similar situations there.
What's the final verdict? Who are you going to keep in 7th?
I've got you at 7 and Tim at 6. I'm sorry.
All right. I know. I'm in a prove it year right now. I'm like a GM. I'm like Ryan Pace of Chicago Bears. Like, I need Justin Fields to work out.
You are the quintessential Matt Nagy right now. Is that what you're saying?
I am hanging on by a thread. So
beautiful.
I need to get replaced by like Evan or Pooj for this podcast.
Again, 4th and 5th. This is tough. And I went back and forth between these guys too.
One of these people is one of the people in the top 5 is not going to be happy with what's about to happen.
I know. This is tough.
Give it to me.
I
Number
think
5.
I think Evan's number 5 for me.
Oh my goodness. See, that's who I was talking. Evan, I'm so sorry. I stuck up for you in the pre-show. I was like, how are you going to put Evan in 5?
Well,
no way.
here's my argument though, because Thomas, would be 4. I'm going back to that like playoffs every year. He's got. Didn't we just say he had the second highest average score? Right.
He does well. I mean, he always comes out with these hot starts. He ends up like 6-1, but then ends up like
Russell
losing.
Wilson.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think he even had Russell Wilson on his team last year.
He did. Yeah. I think. So I'll ride with that. That's tough though. Again, that 4-5 spot. I mean, I think it's a little ambiguous. If we could go like 4, tie at 4, then I think that would be there. Kevin's coming in at 3 for me. He's got a championship. He's been in another championship. So, he's in fact 2 years in a row. So he was second place and then first place. So I got to give Kevin the 3 spot. And I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago, and you disagreed with these final 2 places. And Pooj, I just want to let you know that I stuck up for you here. All right, I've got myself.
Okay, no, don't try and pit me against Pooj.
I'm pitting it all on you. I put myself at 2. I put
Pooj,
myself at 2.
Pooj, I love you. Don't listen to him.
And I put Pooj at number 1 because he's got the two ships. So, sure.
I agree. He's got the hardware. I agree.
All right.
I agree.
I'm just making sure
okay
because
with it.
you were saying a couple of weeks ago that just the the playoff record, the playoff appearances, and the overall stats were swaying you in a different direction. I was like, no, it's Pooj. He's got 2. So that's the final verdict. We got Pooj,
That's the final verdict.
Pooj atop
Pooj.
the board there, and as much as I hate it,
Pooj top, Joe second.
Much as I hate to credit someone who's got 2 asterisks, I definitely
Stop.
I have to do it.
Stop. Give the man his day.
I am giving him his day. It's seriously, all props to you, Pooj. I love our competition, but it's our rivalry claims the number 1 and 2 spot in the league. Love to see that.
I cannot wait for week 6 when you guys play each other. I cannot wait.
Oh, I'm already getting nervous. Awesome. All right, Tay. Anything else?
This is fun. I will say, Joe, you want a mock draft right now?
Hey, I will. I should mention, speaking of mock drafts, we'll start picking draft picks August 8th. That's 4 weeks prior to the draft. So that's when we do it.
Okay.
So we'll start doing it then. You'll know your spot, hopefully pretty soon. You get 24 hours to
Where are
make
you
your
leaning,
pick.
Joe? Where are you leaning? Come on, you got the first pick.
I've been thinking a lot about like 3 and 4, but I've been looking at 1 and 2 and 5 through 10 also. So it's really been tough to kind of.
You're great at that.
Is that
head
9?
coach, quarterback speak.
9 and 10, it looks good, and
Says absolutely nothing.
7's great. So man, it could go anywhere. So yes, keep an eye out for those guys. We'll get rolling on that. Again, you'll have 24 hours to make your pick on your draft pick. You don't have to use that full 24 hours. In fact, I don't really know who needs 24 hours to choose. Maybe you, Taylor. You got to do some quick mocks.
As soon as I find out what's available, I will take about 3 hours of mock drafts. I'll be consulting with my mentors, and I'll get back to you hopefully within the 24 hours.
Perfect.
If I don't get back to you, do I automatically get like the last pick?
Yeah, I should say that. I'll text you individually and tell you the time the pick's got to be in. If you don't respond to me within 24 hours, then you get the 10th pick.
Fair enough. We'll get it done.
All right. Beautiful. I think that's all we got for today, boys. Enjoy the website. Play around with it a little bit. Don't forget to sign up for full access. Again, it's free. Make your profile public and dig into all the stats. All right, boys.
Miss you all so much.
Yes.
Cannot wait for the draft.
Looking forward to the draft. We'll see you in TC on September 5th. Peace out, guys.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Bands Make Her Dance Fantasy Football League Podcast.